kind of get a little bit of breathing room there.
Yeah. How about those linebackers? I think three of those interceptions was from our linebackers. Then we had one that was dropped from another linebacker. So it was great to see. Games are momentum swings in a football game, and when our offense was struggling there for a little bit, I thought our defense rose up. Our defense really the first drive of the game and the first drive of the second half. Outside of that, I thought we played pretty solid defense. Our big push this year was to control the line of scrimmage. Our run fits, I think we're playing faster. We're definitely not there yet. I told the kids, I'm not disappointed in their effort or their attitude. I thought they came ready to play. But, sometimes, we got to look at ourselves and how we can get better. How do we score when we cross 40? I thought we left a lot of points out there. Uncharacteristic, too, in our special teams. That hasn't popped its head in the last 2 years. So, we got to dig down. You always play game one because the biggest gain you can make. Duquesne played last week, and they made a huge gain from week 1 to week 2. We got to continue to do that from week 1 to next Saturday against Dayton. So I look forward to getting in, watching film with our young men tomorrow and getting back on the field and focusing on what we need to do to play great football.
Coach, today was one of the best balanced games I've seen as far as running and passing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that part of the game plan?
Yeah, we've worked on that. It starts in the weight room. It starts with pass protection. It starts with that offensive line. Then it works with receivers and timing and all those things. And I thought we were a little off. And I tell our kids, we have A-plus players in that locker room. I really believe that. And an example of that's number 8, Jaleel McLaughlin. He's an A-plus player. Number 0 is an A-plus player. Our quarterback's an A-plus player. And when our young men aren't playing A-plus, we got to look and reflect back on coaches to see, are we doing the right things? Are we teaching and coaching to get those A-plus players to play A-plus on Saturday? And that's the fun thing about coaching. But, yes, we need to push the ball downfield. Haven't looked at the stats yet. Our goal is to have 8.5 yards per attempt. That's our goal. We talk about that each and every day, 8.5. Last year it was a dismal 3-point something. So it'll be interesting just to see where we are on that goal. That's something we can measure each week.
You felt you had good training in the summer because second half, offense and defense wasn't helping them often.
Yeah. I have no issues with conditioning, none with the heat. We're a morning practice team. So at 3:00, 2:00 pregame, we're not on the field at that time in the day, and you go up on that stadium, the heat comes off those black pellets. But I thought it was a good test. We got to be able to play in that heat. For us, we play a lot of players, and I don't know officially how many kids played today, but I would bet there's a lot. Our 2 offensive line finished the game. They took our 2 offensive line, 2 offense, took the ball with 3.5 minutes, and, we told them in the huddle, we don't want our defense back on the field. And I thought they got the necessary yardage in the first down. So, I'm proud of the depth we built because we're going to need all those young men as we go through this schedule in this season. So, I'm happy where we are conditioning, strength and conditioning. We know we got big and strong kids. We got to work more on the execution.
Defensively, what was the key to shutting that run game down? You would emphasize that a lot.
Yeah, gaps. Our run fits. That's been a focus all spring. It's been a focus all summer. We brought in a new defensive coordinator, Jamal Brown. We got a new defensive line coach, new linebacker coach, new corners coach. So for us, it was them implementing their scheme in the spring and then refining it this summer in August and making sure that fundamentally we're sound against the run. We don't want to give up more than 125 yards a game in the run. Last year we gave up 223. And so we knew that's the greatest area we could make the biggest jump this year was in our run defense. And again, I haven't seen the stats. I don't know what their rushing was tonight, but I thought our run fits were there.
And off of that, just what's your assessment of the secondary today?
Great. We got a lot of guys. We got a lot of moving pieces. We play 5 corners. We play 4 safeties. One of those safeties, Marcus Hooker, can play Sam outside linebacker for us with DeMarco Augustin. Andrew Harden played. So a lot of guys, now when you're playing a lot of guys, we got to continue to make sure the communication's there. There's a lot of communication that happens with the safeties and the corners, but we're confident that we can play that many guys in a season. They're going to, we knew the quarterback, he had a quick release. He was going to hit those outs. I was a little disappointed. I'm sure they got us on a, probably more schemed than, where they caught us that first long touchdown pass. And, we'll study that on film and make sure those things, doesn't come back to hurt us down the road. But again, I love the effort of those guys. I think we got a lot of guys that can play and help this football team win, and we're going to continue to do that.
How is Marcus?
Good. He's good. It was precautionary, coming in, and, he was fine on the field. And, we got great doctors, great trainers. They'll let us know when we can get back on the field. But that's why you need depth. When one comes out, you got others that can play, and you feel confident that those guys can step in and make plays. I mean, again, linebackers, I think Devin Johnson, I don't know if he started or not, because our coaches, when I ask them for starters, they say, well, we'll see who's playing the best at the end of the week to determine who starts. So I don't know if it was Griffin Hoke, Greg Benton that started, but, Devin Johnson came in and had 2 interceptions and did a great job for us.
It looked like the offensive line got stronger in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It looks like they was telling you on the sideline, keep running the ball. Is that what was going on?
Yeah, they get frustrated. They want to run the football. They want to put their hand down in the ground. They want to move people. And, this year, we're fortunate that, you probably saw 4 offensive guards play. Between those 4 offensive guards, they probably average 320 pounds. And they're the strongest kids in our weight room, with Aiden Parker and R.J. Johnson and Joey Grober played and Earl Walker played. And, some of those guys go 330. For them to get valuable reps in a game like this, they come off on the bench and say, run the football. And again, we know we got to improve upon our passing game. And I thought we took a big stride in that. And again, I don't think we played A+ there, and that's where we as coaches got to make sure we're A+ there. It's not always on the players. It's on us, too, to have our guys ready to execute.
So you're going to celebrate?
Celebrate. Yeah, I can't tell you. I told our kids how, how we celebrate. I said, I know they're young men, and be smart and remember who you are. You've worked too hard, and I do. You got to have a balance. I said, my balance is, I'm not home all week, and usually I got to go in the backyard and pick up after my dog. They got a good laugh out of that. But seriously, that's what you do after a victory is you go home, you sit on your back patio, you get a few hours to enjoy it, and then guess what? Tomorrow we come in, evaluate, practice, and get ready for the Dayton Flyers.